One of the popular internet memes of our times is the expectations versus reality meme, pointing at how the reality of some things fall way behind our expectations. The makers of Cold Case probably expected a novel horror experience for the audience when they built some of these scary sequences around a refrigerator, but might not have imagined how it could turn out unintentionally funny in some key sequences. Not to forget that awkward literal connection that the refrigerator has to the movie's title. But the horror elements are just one part of the movie, which is the debut directorial of cinematographer Tanu Balak. It attempts to weave together an investigation which runs on two parallel tracks, one which follows the traditional police method of following the forensic clues and circumstantial evidences, while the other follows the clues gleaned from paranormal activities. It all begins from the recovery of a skull of an unidentified person from a lake. ACP Satyajith Prithviraj begins piecing together the few leads to first identify the victim, and from there on, the culprit. Parallelly, Medha Aditi Balan, a single mother and a journalist who does a show on paranormal occurrences, is experiencing some mysterious presence in her own home. Unlike most people who would be driven away by such presences, she begins investigating it. The script, written by Srinath V. Nath, is thus a balancing act between these two threads, which don't meet almost until the end. Though the narrative shifts seamlessly between the two, they really do not come together, with one wishing for more of the police investigation than the below-par paranormal horror elements, which involves the usual mix of a scary-looking doll, jump scares in perfectly normal situations, and background music filled with kids' voices. The film is reluctant to reject paranormal activities, while making Satyajith mouth a few lines to satisfy the rational-minded. Satyajith's investigation throws up some intriguing bits in the initial parts built around the forensic clues. But when it progresses beyond that, to the circumstantial evidences, the script banks on too many convenient coincidences, rather than intelligent deduction on the part of the investigator. All of the careful build-up in the initial parts leads to a letdown when the identity and the intentions of the criminal are revealed. The script is rather weak not just in using the thriller elements, but in the dialogue department too. Quite a few of the sequences have the characters, especially the police officers, stating the obvious to each other. This is compounded by the not-so-great dubbing for some characters. The film is an underwhelming horror thriller that squanders the promising premise that it had. The hint of a sequel in the closing sequence almost seems like a warning to the audience. Technically, film has excelled in cinematography, edits and color tone used in each frame to portray the intensity of the situation. Prithviraj as ACP Satyajith has done an impeccable performance. Aditi Balan as media journalist has portrayed her role flawlessly. Lakshmipriya as advocate had made her character graceful. Other actors have also done their part well. Overall, Cold Case is a brilliant execution by debutant Tarun Balak, whom I am looking forward for his future projects.